Hi there, guys. So hopefully I can keep this video short as well. I I want to talk about a topic that I actually really just heard about. Didn't know anything about it. Was is not something I would be interested in or anything like that. But because I literally got pulled into a kind of a debate, and I won't say I got pulled into it because I commented on um I commented on it. So I don't know. Maybe I started it. I don't know. But it brought about a kind of a long exchange on Facebook, something that I have stopped doing a long time ago because it's just not beneficial. At the end of the day, people basically continue to move the goalposts. They continue to run around that goalpost and things like that, and you can't ever catch them and actually pin them down on anything. And so I stopped really engaging with people back and forth on social media about things because that's what they do. Beside gaslighting and manipulation, all that stuff. I just really got tired of it. But it's what was going on yesterday. Um, and to stay on point, um, this is about a Moroccan soccer player, and I am about to butcher his name. I'm going to tell you that just up front because I'm pretty sure I won't pronounce it properly. I probably should have looked up the pronunciation before, but Achraf Hakimi. That's what it looks like to me. That's the best y'all gonna get out of me from this guy's name. This guy, like I said, is a Moroccan soccer player. And at the end of the day, black men have now uh, heralded him a he's a hero. He is a they have adopted him. Now, one of the other things that black men love to do is they love to, of course, do things for their benefit. Now, they have adopted this man who is Moroccan, and of course, they're going to the whole, well, Morocco with black people. And okay, yeah, okay, technically, yeah. However, one of the things that we know is that many of these people, although they may be brown people, although they may be brown people in origin, a lot of people from these African-like countries who you would say were just innately black people, many of those same people, though, don't like to identify themselves as black. They will identify themselves, and we know this to be true. They will identify themselves with their own culture, is what they do. Their skin many times is darker than ours, hair as kinky as ours or curly as ours. But yet, for a lot of times, for our own points or to prove a point or whatever, we'll just embrace. So they're basically just embracing him as a black man, you know. Um, First of all, that's my first point. We don't even know if this man I we don't know if this man identifies himself as a black man. I'm almost certain he really doesn't. You know, I've looked at him. I've looked at his pictures and things like that. And yeah, he can look like a light skin. He can look like a kind of a light skin, maybe mixed race man. You know. Um, However, the other point and this other point is that I remember way back when Kamala Harris was running for vice president, and black men in droves continued to say that this was not a black woman, period, period. Even though she had a Jamaican, I think her father's Jamaican, I think. But they were absolutely just and I'm trying to figure out, do y'all realize that y'all are throwing Jamaicans under the bus? And like Jamaicans are like way more black than some of these other people that y'all try to adopt as being black. You know what I'm saying? And they don't call themselves black. At least Jamaicans do, as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Now some of them, you know. But yeah, they completely discounted Kamala Harris as being a black woman. They completely. And so that's the kind of stuff that behooves me when y'all go all the way across the sea and mountains and everything and go and pull a Moroccan man at y'all ass. Like this. Okay. Anyway, so I saw the post, and the post simply said by a black man with uh one of them funny pro-black names. And I honestly have been slowly trying to get rid of those type of people on my page. I am not there anymore. I used to be, you know, there, mostly, kind of when I was married to my last husband, and he was into all of that stuff, so he kind of got me into all of that stuff. I never really went looking for that stuff, and I have seen no benefit to the black community, the black woman in general, or any of that. I think a lot of this pro-black stuff is very underhanded, very divisive. I think it's I think it's a shield and a cover that mostly a lot of black men use. A lot of black men use. So anyway, this guy put on, I'm sorry, y'all, just one second. This guy put on his Facebook page that more African American men need to take this approach. More African American men need to take this approach. Now, by this approach, first of all, like I say, I didn't know what dude was talking about when the post was even made. I'd never seen the guy, never heard of the guy, didn't know nothing about his story, any of that. Of course, I do now because I do my research. And so I'm thinking to myself, um, hmm, so what did this guy do against black women is what I'm thinking that this guy is championing. So at the end of the day, and I didn't even really look into the guy's wife. Maybe I should have. But I just took this guy's word for it, who I was going back and forth with. And this guy, um, at the end of the day, this soccer player is getting a divorce. Now, from what I found out, he was in the process of a divorce now for about 2 years, from what I read. Um, and his wife, who this guy said was like Latina, Spanish, white Latina, something like that. She's not a black woman. Um, and so she got nothing in the divorce settlement because all of this guy's assets, all of this guy's money, everything is in his mom's name. And so they're cheering the fact that she got nothing from him. And they're like, "Oh, dude was smart. He put in his mom's name, and yeah, that's a good thing." Um, and so the thing that I said, the thing that I said, because like I said, wasn't much really to go on. I had to do all my research about this whole situation. Um, what I said was that I don't think that that would even work for black men. First of all, I said because most black men hate their mothers. We know that that is where a lot of this hate for black women stems from. It stems from, these black men at the root core of things hating their mothers. They hate their children. They hate their girl children. I mean, and see, and that's the thing that gets me, because this is a Moroccan culture. This is a whole overseas Eastern type cult. Like, how are y'all comparing yourself to something like that? I don't know the situation to where this man has all of his stuff in his mother's name, but here's what I'm thinking. Because I think from what I read, the guy may be like 24 years old, something like that. So I'm thinking maybe because he was underage and young and all that stuff, things, you know, just automatically went to his mom, maybe through college or whatever. I don't know. But then since he became an adult and everything, he just never took it out of her name. Like, he just kept, he was okay with it. So I don't know. Maybe that was the case, maybe not. I don't know. But it doesn't seem to me that he put all of his assets in his mom's name to keep it from the woman, as these black men are trying to make it seem. I don't know that, but I don't know. I don't think so. Also, the little bit that I did read about the wife, she does have her own money. She is a very well-to-do, from what I understand, actress. So she's rich already. Okay, it kind of remind me in a way of Kim and Kanye. That's what it kind of reminds me of. But here's the thing that I found, though, in doing my research. I found that, first of all, they have two children. I also found out the dude got an active rape case going on. And I said to myself, this is so wonderfully typical of black men, to go and get the lowest bottom scrub of the barrel and hail them as their hero. It's just amazing, because this is what they do. So they got a rapist now at this point. I'm not saying he raped nobody. The case is not finished, but there is definite allegations, that he did. But this is so typical of what they do. They've now made the seven baby mama guy. He's now a hero. He all on the Breakfast Club and everything, which I have not heard the interview. Don't really think I want to hear the interview, but you know, so you got that. And every disgusting, crusty, dusty, dirty, immoral, non-respectful guy, man, whatever that they can find, they hail them as heroes, and it just amazes me, because they seem to always have some issue about everybody else banishing or bashing their reputation and making them look bad, but look who their heroes are. That could be a whole video on who black men's heroes are. So I'm not surprised by that. I'm not surprised by that at all. But at the end of the day, this guy was, I mean, he's a man, so I can't blame him for everything. But this guy, um, basically, was his point to everything was that he's tired of non-black women, but he was getting on black women as well, because that's what he put in his title. Uh, I'm tired. He was saying he was tired of non-black women screwing over black men, taking advantage of black men, and being able to steal black men's money, rich black men's money, and get away with it. Basically, that's pretty much his argument. And my argument, of course, was these men aren't victims. These men have told the world Black women are not their choice, preference, or any of that. And of course, I'm not talking about all black men. I'm talking about the ones that do. That's the end of what I'm gonna say about not saying all. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But this argument, I mean, of course, it's an argument that, I mean, he's a man, so of course he's gonna say that. But my point was that these men have shown and told the world that their preference is just what that man's wife looks like. She is a non-black woman or non stereo uh, non-black or a black woman, even if she's mixed, who don't have those stereotypical black features, the lips, the nose, the skin, the all of that. You know what I'm saying? So that is what their preference is. And we all know it. And so to paint that man as just a unseeing victim, he's just a victim. And all of these rich celebrities and especially athletes who do this and don't marry black women. Like, and of course that's their choice, you know. But to make these men victims and they don't know what's going on and they just keep getting trapped up by these women, to me is a very bullshit case, because my point is, first of all, these men go after those type women. You know, this guy talked about black men being able to protect their money from those women, and I'm saying to myself, they do this, they need to do whatever they do to keep black women from getting their money. Don't marry them. Don't stand up for them. Uh, they have a way of keeping their money out of the hands of black women. So I don't see how all of a sudden they are victims when their preferences get their money and take half in divorces and all of this kind of stuff. I don't understand, you know. I don't see them as victims because they're going out after these women. Like, that is their choice. But of course, like I say, the points that I made and everything that I said, we even got a little bit into about just that rich status, um, because he was trying to make it seem like even rich black men with money are still oppressed. And I'm saying to myself, and I'm saying to him, money is the one that talks. When you get to a certain level, of course your skin color matters, but when you get to a certain level, only thing that need to talk is your money, because it's green and it does open doors. It does get you into places. Your status, your prestige, your all of this gets you to a certain level. And you're not just an innocent victim anymore. Like, you have the same whatever as, any Asian man, any white man, any European white guy, Caucasian, whatever, Arab, whoever. Your money is the same. Money is just money at a certain point. And so he kept trying to pull the victim narrative, the black men are victims, and they just and I'm saying, I'm like, dude, these college and these athletes have lawyers, they have accountants, they have people to watch their money and to help them be careful with their money and to manage their money. So you're seriously telling me that these black athletes, these black male athletes, don't know how to make these preferences, sign a prenuptial agreement? Like, that's really what you're telling me? So they're just athlete after athlete, celebrity after celebrity falling into the victim of, oh man, she took my money again. I didn't even know. Come on now. These men know what they're doing, and more than likely, these women probably would not even marry them if they were trying to make them sign prenuptial agreements. That's pretty much probably the number one reason why they don't, you know. So um it's a lot that I could go into about that, you know, but I'm gonna cut it off. I do have to go to work today, so I'm gonna cut it off right there. But they have held this Harold, this man, a victim. They have heralded him a hero. They have got him on their side. Oh, he a black man, he a brother, you know. But those were my points. Those were that is still what I stand by. I don't feel that they are victims at all. I feel that they are making decisions. They're absolutely making decisions. Um, and like I said, the one point that when I started it off, that most black men don't even like their mothers. So that ain't gonna be something that is gonna become standard with black American men doing. You know what I'm saying? Um, there was actually another point that I had in closing out, um, about this dude. But I have lost my thought. I've absolutely lost the thought on how I was going to end this about talking about this dude. But I brought about the points. They are not victims. We don't even know if this man considers himself to be a black man. Um, the fact that most black men hate their mothers, and so they're not going to give anything. I mean, they talk about their moms like they talk about the baby mamas and these other scandalous and horrible women out here. They throw their mama right under the bus, they sister and everybody else. So um, I don't see where that is going to work. But also them harrowing these criminals as heroes. And the point that I was going to make is that somebody, because of the fact that this man has children with this wife, that he gonna have to pay for them children. Now he may not pay her, she may not get half or whatever, but most courts pretty much worldwide take care of the children. And you're a professional athlete. I don't really think, even if his mama got the money, I don't think he gonna get out of paying these children or some type of child support for these children. I also think, well, he may not have to pay the wife, but somebody, if this woman wins this rape case, she more than likely is going to get paid for that. So either way, he gonna be out of money. You know what I'm saying? And whether it's in his mama's name or whatever, the mama just gonna have to pay up. I mean, and that was another point that I made to this dude. Like, rich men have forever been hiding their money in offshore accounts and different overseas banks and things like this, hiding assets and stuff like that. I mean, they do it all the time. So this ain't no trick or whatever that dude is gonna be able to literally get out of if he has to pay up. Number one, for his children, and number two, for this rape case. Somewhere the money gonna come up, either from him or from his mama. So I'm only gonna follow the I'm only gonna follow this in that I really want to see how this actually plays out, because letting this dude just hide money. Oh, my mama got my money. Okay, I can't give you nothing. My mama got my money. That is really weak, and it's really dumb and stupid for them to even think that the court is going to let this dude get away with not being able to pay his child support and pay off a rape allegation. Like, come on, that's yeah. And what's more than all of that, what is going to happen if this dude really does wind up getting guilty or being guilty and being guilty for this rape case? loses his endorsements, loses what he has, and his celebrityism, his the status that he has acquired because of this rape allegation. What's gonna happen then? He ain't gonna have no money to hide and live off of. So like I say, I don't have a vested interest in it. I just found out about this guy. I don't, you know, I just found it interesting, and it is kind of a hot topic going on right now. I think a lot of this stuff just kind of broke yesterday. And so, but it just, just the fact that once again, black men are, who they use to herald as their heroes and who they use to try to get back at people with is just always astounding. It's never some real upstanding, like really true upstanding guy. They love to go to the bottom of the barrel and get these egregious people. You guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit all notifications, and you'll know when I upload new videos. You guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And until the next video, I'll see you next time.